Fresh, so clean.
Boom, boom, doogie ding, ding.
Fresh, so clean. I'm fresh, so clean. Can't wait with it. Can't wait with it. Can't wait with it. Can't wait with it.
Can't win, no, win with it. Left, front, back, left, right, with it. I can't wait with it. Can't wait with it. You got to be from Florida to understand the significance of that song.
Yes,
it
you do.
2020, and guess who's Bazak?
Us, baby.
Guess who's Bazak?
CWAC, baby.
Guess who's Bazak?
Us, baby.
No, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Marcus.
And I am Shelby.
And we are
Crugers with the C.
And you can't win with it. Can't win with it. Oh my goodness.
I know.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
First off, let's say we love y'all.
Yes, we do.
We miss y'all.
Oh, yes.
We see that you guys have been constantly staying in touch with the podcast, even though we have been on a hiatus. But let me tell you, it has been some challenges, you know.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to the people in Oakland, Mountain View, Silver Springs, Durban, South Africa, New York. Oh man, the Big Apple tuning in. Can't forget about Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida, and last but certainly not least, Ocala, Florida.
Ocala.
I feel. Let's see. I feel good. I feel relieved that you knew that I wouldn't have. You know I stay on point. I be ready for the songs. But I feel good that we're sitting in front of these microphones. I feel good that we're talking again. What about you?
I feel good. I am so thankful for everything. I feel good. It's so much I can say, express. I might get a little emotional. My eyes may sweat, but
it's okay.
I am happy, and I'm happy that you guys have been listening to us, like he said earlier. I mean, I'm even happy that someone even checked on us. That was so shocking. So, yeah.
Hey, let's talk about that, and that's current.
Yes.
So, talk about that.
I guess he's someone that you follow on Instagram, right? And this are we going to say name?
Yeah, say his name. Put it out. He gave me flowers.
All right. Jared Sanders, shout out to you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you.
From the God Over Money Camp. If you don't know about that, if you like CHH music, very talented artist, check him out. It's Jared Sanders and God Over Money.
Yeah, so I thank you. I thank you very much for checking up on us, and it just made me feel so special. I'm like, wow, even though you read what's this called? The stats a couple of weeks ago, and people were still listening to us, even though we didn't have anything recent. I mean, that is so special.
Yeah.
That makes me feel all warm and gooey on the inside, considering what we've been through, and we will talk about that.
Yes.
So I thank you, Mr. Jared Sanders. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody that's just been listening to us still.
Yes.
How you feel about it, honey?
I felt good about that because you guys know that I have a YouTube channel as well, aside from the Cruger with a C. And just for a person to say, "Are you okay?" You know, I noticed that something is not happening. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, that just show like sometimes what you think you might be doing, and you know how many times I wanted to say I'm gonna give up doing that, but then when somebody just realize something is off and they say, "Are you okay?" It really goes to show that you know you got to check up on people.
Yeah,
and it just made me feel good that it was like nothing about anything else, but just notice that I was absent.
Yeah.
You know, so that just made me think about that movie with Mel Gibson. What Women Want. Remember, it was the girl in there. It was a skinny girl, and she was like the one in the office. Everybody looked over.
Yeah.
And he heard her voice, and she was like, I was wondering if anybody would ever miss me. And one day he walked in the office and he noticed that she wasn't there, and he went to check on her. And she was thinking about doing something crazy.
Yeah, I think she wanted to commit suicide or something.
Even though that wasn't my story, you know, I just been on a hiatus. Like we said, we're going to get into it. And it just made me feel good that somebody actually took the time to say, "Are you okay?" Mm-hmm. So that's how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. So you ready to get into the story? You ready to get into what's been going on?
Yeah,
So
I guess we need to backtrack a little bit.
We got to backtrack because we haven't did an episode since last year before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Wow. Now that we say it like that, that's a long time. Let's see.
That is a long time. We was preparing for the holidays, and we was giving tips on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And Thanksgiving for us was good. It was good, right?
I think I really can't
remember Thanksgiving, but from that episode to now, a lot has went down.
6, 7, 8. It's been 2 months.
Wow.
2 months that we haven't.
And we was doing this on a weekly basis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we had even slowed down because we were trying to figure out Zuri.
Yeah.
But we got a lot to talk about.
She was just getting in our schedule of recording. Okay, so where you want to start?
So, all right, the last thing that we talked about, the first thing that started happening was like weeks before my computers broke down, mm-hmm. then my truck broke down, and I had to get a new vehicle. Mm-hmm. That was I hear people say a loss ain't a loss, it's a lesson. Mm-hmm. But that loss was a blessing, and it has been so instrumental in our lives now. Mm-hmm. We've been through some changes, and so that's where we were. And I was talking about some transitions that I was personally going through, and I guess we could start there.
Okay.
So for the past 10 years, and you guys hear me refer to my job a lot. You guys hear me talk about what I did, but you never knew what I did for a living to make income. And that job was a corrections officer.
Yes, it was.
I have been the correction officer for the last 10 years, and it has provided for my family, so I could never say anything like negative. I don't want to say anything negative about a job that I had because it was there to help me provide.
Right.
But there was a lot of things that we have endured, a lot of heartache, a lot of
changes.
Yes. I remember just when I first started at the job, my family had a big gathering for my grandmother and her oldest sister. Mm-hmm. And I knew it was going to be a big thing, but I had to go to work. And that was the last big event that they were at.
Right.
Because couple years after that, both of them passed away. Mm-hmm. So I missed that, and that was part of that journey with that job. And it's just like the other stuff that piled onto it, like not knowing if I'm gonna have a day off, not knowing if I'm gonna be able to come home at the end of my shift because I might have to work a double shift, not knowing or not being able to plan certain things because I know I had to work. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get off because that shift may not be covered. So much little stress that has been taken off of my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Cruger, drum roll, please.
I can breathe. So,
yes.
So how do you feel about the new transition?
I am so happy about the new. Well, did you tell them what the new transition was?
Oh,
you ain't tell them. You just.
You
finally told what you used to do.
Well, let's talk about the impact of what I used to. Oh, should I just go ahead and go?
Go ahead and go.
Okay, so my new job is programs. I'm an assistant for a program of environmental health and safety, and now I have an office job. So I know when I'm going to work, and I know when I'm getting off. I have a set schedule. I have weekends and holidays off. This has been a schedule that I've been looking for years.
Yes.
Even with the department that I was with before I got this job, I interviewed for a job that was similar schedule, but I didn't get it. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about that is I had an interview for the department that I was currently in one day on a Wednesday, and a Thursday I had an interview for the job that I currently have now.
Correct.
And I went to both interviews, but I kind of felt like I might get the second one, mm-hmm. the one that I got, and that's what happened. And it feels good. Like I 2 weekends now I've been off, mm-hmm. and it's just crazy because I slept in.
Yes.
I slept in. And listen, sleeping in for me is 9 o'clock. Because when I was at my previous job, if I didn't have the weekends off, and if I would have a weekend off, I would try to get up as early as possible and squeeze everything that I could into that day. So I'm up at 5 or 6 in the morning, just trying to capture the whole day so I wouldn't lose that day. But I slept in. I slept in till 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that change. It's just, can I go now?
Go ahead, honey.
It's just so exciting to have him home, and it's just like a normal lifestyle now.
Yes.
He's home at night. We get to do, even though, like you said, it's just been 2 weekends, we have done a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And it's so different. The girls are even excited about the change. You know, there's no pressure of, like you said, calling in or waking up and squeezing all this stuff in one day. We got the whole weekend. We could take our time. We could do whatever we want. We even got weeknights where we can do stuff.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know if y'all remember a couple of episodes, probably a lot of episodes back, we talked about transition and how we had to transition, like when his shift would change or when their time would change. Now we're transitioning. It was always something that we just dove in and did. It really wasn't like a positive change. But this right here, I must say, this is a positive change for everyone overall. Everybody is so excited and so happy. Yes, he was here in our lives, but I'm saying now he is here.
I'm here, baby.
You're here.
Yeah.
We get to do everything that we want to do now.
And it's no pressure. It's like, it's just easy.
It is easy.
Like, I didn't know how much stress I was under. I didn't know how much it weighed on me until I was able to be free from it. And it's like, this is a strong word, but it is bondage. Like, the type of career, because it's like I had become numb to holidays. I had become numb to holidays. Even like when you celebrate a day like MLK, there's activities going on. I would be numb to that. Even though I would want to celebrate it, I would be numb to it because I have to work.
Yeah.
And I put so much emphasis on, I got to work, till it clouded so much.
And getting your rest.
Yes.
And getting your rest. Even Christmas, you was able to celebrate Christmas with us, and most important, Christmas Eve, because the girls and I, we have traditions. We eat finger foods and just do whatever.
We watch Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone. We watch traditional movies, Home Alone. But our main thing is we eat finger foods. We make pigs in a blanket. We make cookies. And, we just let them open one gift. He got to experience that. And it was just like, it was peaceful, meaning he got to experience it and he didn't have to worry about going to work the next day.
Right.
It was just so peaceful. And it was exciting that you get to, how long we been married?
Almost 10 years.
10 years of stuff that you probably get to do or you don't get to do. And we always do it. I always do it with the girls. And now it's changed.
And it would be like, I can't do it this year, but next year.
Yeah.
Not even knowing if next year was guaranteed, but thank God it was. But it's like, it's bittersweet because now I'm on this schedule and our kids, one of them is at the point where they're about to leave. So it was important for me that I got that this year.
Yeah.
So new job, that is one of life's changes.
So what you said you was going to title this one?
I believe life blows and changes.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've experienced some blows.
And we experienced some changes.
And I was talking about the car. Like, when my truck broke down, it was like, I'm the only one that really ride in my truck. Because you guys got to go back to episode 62, I believe. And I was talking about how me and Zuri was in the truck.
It was 61.
Oh, 61. And the truck broke down. And I never wanted to be broke down with my kids in the car with me, and much less the baby, So she was 3 months maybe?
Two or three. I think 2.
When this happened. And it was just like, I was the only one that could drive in that truck. I knew how to drive it. It was one of those trucks. You got to know how to drive it.
That's a hood car.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even let you drive it, I didn't feel comfortable. So, we have a new vehicle, and now it's so vital because we are at the point that all of us can ride in the same car to school.
Yeah, I don't have a car. I basically
Pretty
don't
much,
have a
yeah.
car because our oldest have my car, and I ride with Mr. Kruger to work, and that's just, oh Lord, y'all.
I don't be late to work.
Y'all, I'm getting ready to talk junk.
I don't be late to work.
It's just like he got to get up at 4:30 in the morning just to be to work at 8. I'm like, we don't have to do that. I mean, like, why we need all this time and we be to work at 7 and we ain't got to clock in. Well, we don't have to clock in, but we don't have to start work until 8.
You got to get up early to roll with me, baby.
I mean, too early. I feel like people still, the sun ain't even ready to come up. So
Look,
why?
We have time to do whatever we need to do.
I don't need all that time. That's
Yes, you
too
do.
much. That's too much time.
We can go. All right, so this is what we do. Like, I don't leave out the house when I know it's too late for me to be there. I'm 5 minutes before that. 5 minutes make a difference too.
Oh, hold on. I got to talk more. I'm telling on you now.
What?
So he do all this getting up early, but he get on, honey, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I was like, no, you better not take a nap.
To my credit, that was my first week.
His first week was a little rough. He was trying to transition.
Cause see, I work night shift at my other job.
Yeah, but he want to come home and take a nap. I'm like, no, you better not take a nap. See, that's why we ain't got to get up at 4:30.
It wasn't like I said.
I'm not getting up at 4:30.
It wasn't like I said, I'm going to come home and I'm going to take a nap. No, it was my body literally shutting down.
Yeah, it was.
So it wasn't like I had a choice. It was like I was shutting down.
But yeah, honey, the second night, you was like, oh, I need to take a nap. No, you don't need to take a nap. You going to be up all night. You going to be messed up for the next day.
I had to go through that process. I had to experience it. It was something I had to do.
Mr. 5 minutes, leaving 5. He was sleeping that night.
I was. And I woke up early in the middle of the night.
See, that's what I was talking about.
And so, but I do get up around, at least I try to. Like, I try to get up now because I want to do things different. Since I've been working on nights so long, my body has been through so many changes. I want to get up early now to exercise or, to meditate or pray. I want to get up early to catch the first part of the day. And I want that to be just peaceful. I want to be able to bring peace to my mind and peace to my body. And speaking of that, well, we haven't covered everything, but speaking of that, bringing peace to your mind and body, we've been reading.
Yeah.
That's something that we started, wanted to do for the first beginning of the year, and just something that we wanted to incorporate. And we had a couple weeks to where we did no technology, and anything.
No technology, no TV, no radio.
Right. And we took a trip to the library and we bought books. And it pleased me because everybody in the house was reading. Mm-hmm. The kids was reading and they enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did.
Like Paige had a book. She wouldn't even talk to us. I mean, she was just all in that book.
Yeah, and we also did, fun things. We have board games and we bought some more board games. Uno cards. We bought some Jenga. So we was doing those type of things too, just to spend more time, clear our minds. We made vision boards. We did all that of the first of the year, and the girls, like you said, they really took to it.
Yes.
Paige, she know how to play tongue. And she wouldn't even put that book down to play that game. She wanted to finish reading that book.
Talk, yeah.
She can beat you too. But even Kaylin, she reads every week at school, but she kept on doing it. I mean, it was very good to see our kids engage in something that we were doing. And they didn't give us no fuss about it.
No, and we told them we was like, y'all could do it after, y'all could get on technology after 5 because we didn't want to be too hard.
Yeah.
And say, no, just cold turkey. But even like for the first couple of weeks, neither one of them really got on after 5.
They forgot. Yeah, they didn't want to. So, but now they like kind of doing it. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But it was just shocking to see that they just jumped right into it and they did it.
No fuss.
No fuss at all.
Yeah, so that was good. So what book did you get?
Well, the first book I got was Cookie Johnson's, dang, I forgot the title. Anyways, it was her biography. I got her book and I read that like within some days. That was a very interesting book.
You was into that one.
Yeah, and I got, the second time we went back to the library, I got a couple of self-help books and I got Zora Neale Hurston book. I got Maya Angelou's book. I think I got 2. And Gabrielle Dididay. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Sidibe?
Sidibe. There you go. I got her book. And the book I'm currently reading right now, I got Joyce Meyer's 100 Ways to Simplify Your Life. I'm almost done with that book, and I'm going to probably move on to Zora Neale Hurston. So that's where I'm at right now. I have a lot of books to read, but it's kind of it's going good for me. You know, social media, I can't say much, but reading these books has opened up a lot. I used to read a lot, but then I got this job where I read all the time, and then I just stopped reading on my own time. But I'm kind of glad that we have challenged ourselves this year to open that back up, because that opened up my minds. It made me open up my minds. I have one mind. I have one. It opened up.
I knew it.
It opened up my mind. I'm thinking different. I'm looking at things different. I'm, just going a different path and just getting, right for 2020.
No, 2020. We got. I ain't gonna say it. But me, I have my first book for 2020 was Dick Gregory's. It's Defining Moments in Black History and Reading Between the Lies. Now, Dick Gregory passed a couple years ago. And when I read this book, it's really a lot of his personal accounts and his views on things. I think it's an interesting book because it gives so many. It's like a lot of history in this book, and he had so many experiences with so many people to it make you step back and look at a different way of how this person was publicized by the media or whatever. It gives you a different look at the people that we know of, not really know. So that book there was good. And when I read that book, I said that I didn't want to be in this generation living amongst people who are great people, like people who highly successful. And I don't mean that by monetary value. I mean by people with good minds, people who live a long time, people who have impacted society. I didn't want to be a part of this generation and wait till a person died to experience that with them. Like, I refer to Nipsey Hussle a lot. Like, when I got turned on to his music, he was still alive.
Right.
So I began to witness the stuff that he was doing. I started to see his journey. And after he got killed, it was so many people who knew him then. But they was like, man, I wish I would have knew him when he was alive or knew about what he was doing. So I went and bought Leah Remini. I got her book, and I got Betty White.
Right.
I got her book. So those are the books that I'm going to finish after I finish 9 Lives of a Black Panther. It's by Wayne Farr. I never heard of him, but it's this book right here. If you can see it. It's 9 Lives of a Black Panther, and it's pretty good. And he mentioned a couple names. Of course, Huey P. Newton. He mentioned some more people that I've heard about. I heard Tupac talk about one of the guys named Geronimo. But it's a good book, and he's just talking about, the story for survival during the period of the Black Panther. So it's a pretty good book, and I'm just expanding my mind, just learning different things.
And you can't forget about the book that we're reading together as a married
couple.
Now, that book is called...
hold up. I'm going to move off camera for a second. Hold on. I got it. I got that.
So we actually bought this book, and we're reading this book together. However, I read one chapter, and then the next week Marcus will read one chapter, that same chapter, and we'll come together and talk about it. So Mr. Kruger, he a little behind.
I'm a little behind because, I also got DJ Khaled's book.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been reading that on my lunch break. And I'm starting to look at DJ Khaled different. And I believe it's called Keys. But this is the book we're reading together called Naked Marriage. How to Have a Lifetime of Love, Sex, Joy, and Happiness by Joanna Nagler.
Yeah, now I read the first chapter of this book, and the first chapter is called A Naked Date, I think. And yes, it is sexual, but I think it will have some good benefits to it. It's not nasty. It's not
perverted.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's good. Like,
it's an adult book, but it's not perverted. It's not looking at things in a perverse way.
It's looking at things completely different. Complete, like outside of the box. I mean, all the way outside of the box. Because I was like frowning at the book. I had my nose turned up. I was acting snooty. Okay. So, but I have been called snooty, but oh well. So I read the first chapter and I was like, oh, okay, I see how this can help. So I'm just waiting on Mr. Cruger to catch up. But we do have a lot of books. We probably just have overwhelmed ourselves. But just based off the first chapter, I mean, it is a little hard read. You got to get into it, but she does make sense. But based off the first chapter, I would recommend this book. And it's only off the first chapter.
Okay. So and we read the preface together.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So I also bought Trent Shelton's book, and I haven't really got into that one yet, but I think it's a self-help book. But I'm almost through with the 9 chapters of 9 Lives of a Black Panther. It's a pretty interesting book, and it just give you a different perspective about what you may or may not know about the Black Panther. And me, I didn't know much about it, so I just took his perspective and I went from there. So those are the books that we're reading. And I like the Dick Gregory book, first book down in 2020. And I just plan on expanding my mind this year. So anything else on that?
No, that's it.
So now let's get into the blows of life.
Okay.
And I will be quiet. I will take the back seat. And I will let you navigate.
Why? Okay.
Because it happened to you.
Okay.
Most of it came your way. We talked about the changes.
Yeah, those were you. All right, so this is probably the main reason why we just been on the hot dog. You sat back and everything.
I told you I was. I said I was.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is probably the main reason why we have been off air for so long. December 12th.
But I would say you have to back up to December 11th. Paint the picture, baby. Don't forget.
It was December 12th?
Yes, but the symptoms started December 11th.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. All right, December 11th, I wasn't feeling... December 11th, I wasn't feeling good. Marcus went to work. It was a usual day. I was
complaining. This was at the old job.
Yeah, at his old job. And I was complaining about my stomach was hurting me. And I was like, oh, well, I just got a stomach ache. So I went to bed, tossing and turning. My stomach was hurting or whatever. And I woke up and I had diarrhea. So I was like, I'm not going to work today. I don't think I can function, so I just didn't go to work. And Marcus came home. And he went to sleep, and then he got up, and I still was feeling bad. I was having a sharp pain in my stomach, and I was just feeling bad. So I was like, honey, y'all know me. If y'all know me, I wouldn't go to the hospital. I'd just take it. But I was like, honey, I need to go to the emergency care because I think I got food poisoning. So that's what I diagnosed myself with. Thought I had food poisoning.
She's not a doctor, by the way.
I'm not a doctor, but I was having these really bad sharp pains and I was having diarrhea. So 2 and 2 put together, you think you got food poisoning. That's how I was feeling. So
do not self-diagnose.
Yes.
If you don't know what's wrong, go to the doctor.
So I went to emergency care and I told them what was wrong with me or whatever. And they took me back in the room. They took blood and urine and they said that they didn't find anything. They didn't see nothing wrong with me. So they was like, I may have a bug or something like that. And they was giving me an antibiotic and they was going to send me home.
Did they give you an IV?
Yeah, they gave me an IV. Yeah, they gave me an IV because I didn't eat for a while or I didn't have anything to drink. So that's what they did.
Right.
So I went to the bathroom this one last time before I was, put my clothes back on to go home. And like I told y'all, I had diarrhea. But this time, I was pooping blood. Sorry to be so graphic, but I was pooping blood. So I went back in the room. I was like, no, something is wrong. Y'all gonna have to do something because I am pooping blood. I was not doing that when I was home. I just had diarrhea. And they was like, oh, okay. So they gave me a CT scan. And after the CT scan, they came back and said that
Hold up. Before that, we were debating should I go to my doctor's appointment because by the time you used the restroom and you seen that blood, you was like, we were debating on if I should go to my doctor's appointment because I have to schedule an appointment every 3 months, and if I don't go, I can't get medication. So I was like, I'm about to cancel it, but when they gave you the IV, I was like, well, I'm gonna just get the page to sit up here with you, and I'll just go and make it quick and come back. So this was during the time the CT scan happened.
Right.
I went to my appointment.
Yeah. And I think the girls was there.
Yeah, the girls was there.
You had the baby. You took the baby with you.
Yeah, I took the baby with me.
And the girls was there, and I went and had the CT scan. So they came back from the CT scan and told me that, yes, I had colitis. I forgot what that was. And they was like, they said something. I forgot what they said. And then they left out the room again. So then they came back. Oh, you don't have colitis. Your intestines are telescoping into each other. If you guys just think about a telescope, how when you open it, it expands, and then when you close it, it goes into itself. So that's what my intestine was doing. And they was like, we're gonna have to transport you to the main hospital for surgery. You're gonna have to have surgery. And I'm like, when? They was like, tonight. I'm like, tonight?
Yep.
And I was like, okay. So,
Okay, sis.
so I'm calling Marcus, and because Marcus was still at his doctor's appointment. So I'm calling Marcus, and I'm telling all this to him, and he was like, what? And I was like, yes, this is what they're saying, because apparently this is called interception. Apparently this is common in babies. And when babies have it, they give babies an air enema, and it just stretches the intestine.
Enema, honey.
What I said?
Enema.
It just stretches the intestine back out. But in adults, it's rare, and they cannot do that. So they have to do surgery, or it can damage that intestine. So I'm telling Marcus all of this. And so he coming back, and it's like, what are we doing? No, you didn't come back.
No, I had to meet you at the hospital.
Yes, you didn't come back. I take that back. So where did the girls go?
The girls, we all went to the hospital.
Okay.
Because by the time I got there, you were there with one of our aunts. Well, no, they had to go home or something. I don't even remember.
The girls must have left, because I remember being there by myself, and the medics came and they transported me to the main hospital. I was by myself. I don't know where y'all was. I think y'all was getting things together. I don't know. But they transported me to the main hospital, and I went into the emergency room. And by the time I got there, that's when y'all was coming. But one of my great aunts came first, because she was shopping at the mall. So she came, and I was talking to the doctors, and they was asking me all these questions about cancer, the cancer history in my family, and if I had Crohn's disease, because all this stuff will happen with an adult that has these issues, and I didn't have any of those issues. So then when I said no to everything, they was concerned that I may have had a mass. So it was just like so much coming at us, well, at me at the time, because you was still getting the girls together. We was trying to figure out what to do with the baby. That's what you was doing.
It's like, I don't even remember now.
It's just a blur. But you was getting the baby together. So they was asking me.
Yeah, because we had to take her to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So.
Wait, did I take her, or did they come and get her?
I think you took her. You took her and Kaylin.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. That's why it was night when I got back.
We took her and Kaylin. So, it was just a blur. They asking me all these questions, and I'm just saying no, because I know my family history, but it's like they kept like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, I didn't know. And I knew, like, I know what cancers we have in our family. I know I don't have this, and I know this and that and that. So they was like, well, you're going to have surgery tonight. I was like, okay. I'm like, what else can I say? So that's when I called my mama, because I wanted to have everything in line to tell my mama, because this is not news that you want to hear. Like, I'm just going to call my mama and tell her I'm having surgery and this and this and that. She was so upset. So he was upset when I told him when I was at the emergency room, the emergency care. But, yeah. So this is December 12th.
Well, December. This is December 12th now.
Yeah, I went to the emergency care, I'ma say, at noon on December 12th.
Yeah, because we thought we were going to be out by 3.
Yes. And I ended up having surgery like around midnight.
Yep.
October.
Longest time of my life. Honey.
October 13th.
It wasn't October though, honey.
I mean, Lord. December. December. So yes, that's what went down with me. And we were off air because of this surgery and because of recovery. Yeah. I had to recover from a major surgery. They did not do it. What's the word? I can't pronounce it. Laparoscopically.
They do it the advanced technology.
They did it the old school way. They split me down the middle of my stomach, and they went in and they removed 5 centimeters of my bowel and my appendix. So
yeah,
that's a whole nother story. So yes, I had to recover from that. I was in the hospital from December 12th to the 17th, and I must say that was like the hardest time in my life.
Yes.
It was very hard. It was very emotional. It was very, very fast. It was scary. It was... You gonna chime in?
I'm waiting. I'll let you get your emotions out.
It was everything that you don't want to feel, because I'm gonna be honest, I went in thinking that I wouldn't come out because it just went so fast.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
We both was though.
We were very scared. But you know what? I must say, I should have known everything was going to be all right, because me and my coworker, we have this thing where we talk about people names. And I don't know if you looked, but when they rolled me in the elevator to take me to the emergency room, it was this man. He was cleaning the elevators. His name was Luster.
No. I did not see that.
And I'm like...
I wouldn't focus on that.
I wouldn't focus on it either, but I kind of laughed because I'm like, why am I seeing this man? I'm like, why is his name Luster? It's supposed to be Lester. His name was Luster, and he looked like a Luster. He was a janitor. He was cleaning and everything. He was real nice, but his name was Luster. I do remember that before I went into surgery.
No, I was just looking at you. I was like, Lord, my wife going into surgery. I was mad. I do realize I was angry. Not angry at what happened, but angry because I want to make sure these people not just telling me anything. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, I have learned now to ask questions during these times. Like, I don't even know what I be asking. I just be asking questions. Mm-hmm. Like, anything that pop up in my mind, I ask because I need to know.
Yes.
You know, and we had to have a real conversation.
Yeah, that was emotional too, because I kept going to the bathroom. And when we was in the bathroom, like one of the last times before I went into surgery, we talked about death and what to do if I don't make it. And that was just like, that brought me to tears.
Yeah.
That was a hard conversation. And we have a baby, and then we have a child that's graduating from high school. It's just, we have a range of things going on, and we had to talk about it.
Yep. Because it's like, you know, sometimes people, it don't take nothing for you to go. You don't have to be sick to go in the hospital and not come out. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a ex-coworker, her mom went in for a simple procedure for what I get and didn't come on.
And let them tell it. What I had was a simple procedure too. They had done several that day.
Yeah.
So that's what they told me.
But then they could be telling you anything.
Right, to make you feel better. But it still was scary. I have never had surgery. I had all my children naturally. I never had a cesarean. So all of this was new to me. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I just came off maternity leave, you know?
Yeah.
And they were asking, like I said, they asked me all these questions. I was like, well, I just had a baby. That's the only thing that happened to me. I said, I just had a baby 3 months ago. Could that have caused this? And they was like, no, this and that, no. And I was like, I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know.
We don't know what caused it.
What caused it, because I don't have Crohn's disease. I don't have colon cancer, and I did not have a mass. So I do not know what caused my intestines to do that.
No, me either.
But I got through the surgery, and I guess it went well.
Yeah, that was the longest. I think it was 2 hours, 3 hours. Well, it was the longest for me. It was so long because when I was out in the waiting area, they have a monitor, and a certain color means a certain thing. So when you say, for instance, if you blue, that means you still in the operating room. If it turned purple, that means they're wrapping up. If it turned green, that means they finished. If it turned yellow, that means they're bringing you out. It took forever for those lights to change. It was taking forever, and it was just like I'm glad that we had people there to come support because I don't know, I probably would have drove myself crazy just worrying, you know. And I see the importance now, like when people go in the hospital, people just be there, like you're just there. We ain't doing nothing. We can't do nothing. We really can't do nothing.
But you just there for support.
You was there to distract me. You was there to, you know. And I think in my mind I did shut off for a second because I'm like, I need my wife to come out of here. You know, it was just I went through all of that, but they was there. Then your mom came. And
did she come before I got out of surgery? I think she did.
No.
I thought she did.
It was like right after. She came when you was in recovery.
Okay. Well, basically, I called her when I was going in. She came when I was coming out. She wasn't playing. My mom is down south, and that's more than a 4-hour drive. I'm pretty sure she probably did it in 4 because she probably was speeding. But I'm thankful for everybody that was there with him. I know my great aunt was there.
My sister and
my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, my mom, her husband. Who else was there?
Our big sister who just had a birthday.
Yes. So those were some challenging times for us. Definitely the recovery. And I must give my husband all the props because he was there. He did not leave my side. Like he said earlier, he asked all the questions that he need to ask. He helped me get out of bed, get in the bed. He helped me because it was hard. You don't realize how much you use your stomach muscles until you cannot use them. You use your stomach for everything and your back. Even though I didn't have surgery on my back, but both of them hurted, my stomach and my back, and it was just hard. It was the hardest thing that I could have had 10 more babies. I'd rather have 10 more babies than go through that. We're not doing
something. That is saying something.
Yes, but yeah. That's what happened to us, y'all.
That's why we've been out of commission.
That's why we've been out of commission, and the recovery in the hospital and then coming home to recover. You don't have that hospital bed to lift you up, to grab stuff. You just have to learn how to maneuver.
And then not moving too fast. You and my wife, she is the type that will move too fast. And I just had to play the bad guy. I wasn't going to allow you. I said it, allow. I wasn't going to allow you to do something that could possibly hurt you more or give you a setback. I had to put boundaries up, and you respected them because you knew what was right and wrong. You was just trying to see how far you can get away with it.
I was. That's just like everybody. Everybody do it, and once you see, not only you telling me that, my body was telling me that too. So. But you was telling me before my body told me, and I should have just been listening because I'm thinking that I'm okay. I can get up and bounce back. But honey, when I tell you this 38-year-old body don't bounce back like it used to, and you need to listen and get your rest so you don't have a setback like them our elders say, you have to listen.
But we gotta talk about some people that stepped in for us too. And I'm not sure if we say their names, but just from the time that we said something was happening, people opened up their doors.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'ma just say this: the bougie babes. Y'all know who y'all are.
And the bougie babe, one of the bougie babes' mom.
2 of the bougie babes' mom.
Oh yeah, two.
Well, you know what? All of the bougie babes' mom, because one of the bougie babes' mom, we didn't see her, but she was praying. Okay. And 2 of the bougie babes' moms, they was there. We saw them and they did things, all the bougie babes and their mothers.
And one of the bougie babes' father.
Yes.
I mean, just made sure that they bought us food because, I ain't the best cook. I am not the best cook. And, they took care of us.
Yep.
That's why we was after the hospital. And your mom.
My mom.
And her husband.
My mom and her husband. They was here within the flash, like I said.
And they came to the house and took care of the house. Took care of the... And this was around Christmas.
Yes.
Like so we were planning to get a tree that weekend.
We didn't do that.
Didn't do it.
My mom took Kaylin shopping to make the house look Christmassy. She even redid our room. She got us a new bedspread, some new rugs and everything, and she decorated the room. Because when you come home, you want your house to be nice and clean and fresh. And my mama did all that with the baby.
Yeah.
With the baby. What else she did? She helped Paige out. Like I said, she took Kaylin to get some Christmas stuff just to bring the Christmas spirit in the house. She stayed as long as she could. I think she had to go back to work or something happened.
Yeah, because she had to go back.
Yeah.
But go ahead, finish that.
Go ahead.
I just got to give a shout out to Paige too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maturity on fleek. Should I say that? Maturity on fleek?
No, I don't think they say fleek anymore.
Well, I said. But Paige.
She stepped all the way up.
As the big sister. Even Kaylin.
I don't know. Kaylin was a little toe up.
They hit it, though. They didn't let you
Not
see
Kaylin.
It. Huh?
Not Kaylin.
Wait, what Kaylin did?
Kaylin was crying in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Every time she saw me, she didn't want to come near me. She didn't want to touch me. She was crying.
I forgot because I had to walk her out.
Uh-huh.
I had to walk with her down the hallway. Because, and you in the hospital, it's crazy because sometimes when things look like it's not that bad, it is that bad. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when it look like it's that bad, it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had tubes. You had all type of stuff.
Yeah, so I had a tube down my throat. Mind y'all, I did not eat since December 11th, and I couldn't eat.
You went for...
I went for a while without eating.
You went for a couple days, at least 4.
So I had that tube down my nose, going down my, to my stomach.
I would say 5 days.
Yeah.
You didn't eat.
So I stopped talking, and that was an issue too for Kaylin because she thought something was wrong even more. But I stopped talking because they wouldn't give me no liquids, and my mouth was getting dry, and I was miserable. And every time they would give me some medicine with the water, I was trying to drink a lot of it, and they was like, "That's enough." I was just trying to drink so much water, but I couldn't do anything. And then they was giving me a swab to swab my mouth to keep it wet, but it wasn't helping. So I just stopped talking, and that just took Kaylin over the top. She was snot crying, crying, and I just hated to see that. Paige, like you said, Paige was so strong, but
we found out.
I found out through one of the bougie babes that she didn't take this well, and a couple of people on her basketball team. I found out that she wasn't taking it well either, but she was very strong through this. She took care of her sister. She did what she had to do. She went and played her games. She just did what she had to do.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of her for that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of Kaylin too.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
But Kaylin just had to learn. She never experienced anything like this. And she was just, I don't know. And Zuri didn't know what was going on.
No, she was with her auntie and my brother-in-law, who's now in the hospital. It's crazy because we were in, they were out now. Mm-hmm. We out, they were in, but it's just how life be.
Yeah, and who else? My sister-in-law, she helped, like you said. My great aunt that was there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and both the twins, both of them, and auntie, the one that came up. Mm-hmm. She came up and hung with us. Always pleasure talking to her because she gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
If I ever go on a road trip and I need somebody to ride, there's 2 people I'm gonna call.
Yeah, and people from a church that we used to go to, they stepped in and helped. We had meals. The kids had food. Marcus had food. I couldn't eat. But we just...
We were taken care of.
We were taken care of. And I thank everybody that had something to do with that. I thank everybody that helped my husband out, that helped my children out, because I could not do anything. And I'm going to tell y'all, that drove me absolutely crazy. That I couldn't do anything. I couldn't be there for my family, but my family was there for me.
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, that's really what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but that was a hard lesson for me to learn.
Yeah. But you learned it. So now you know, we got each other back. So it's just important to be there. And if you can't handle it, say something to somebody. If you're down, that's why those people are there. I realize that. That's why those people are there. If you need to vent, just like something that's way off topic. Like, I talked to you about certain things that I've experienced in my life. But outside of you, there's really nobody that I could talk to about this certain thing until I've seen this person this weekend. So people are there for you. You just have to be willing to drop your guard and allow them to come in. And you'll know who really there for you.
Yeah.
You'll know it. I mean, it's just, I appreciate everybody that stepped in. And even one of the bougie babes, after we came home, we didn't have, like, we usually do a real Christmas tree. They was like, do y'all got a tree? They was like, no. She was like, I bring y'all my fake Christmas tree. She bought the tree. We was able to put it up. And it just helped out the atmosphere in the house a little bit. And it was just, people stepped in. And that's what we've been going through, people. We've been taking a break. We've been trying to get things in order. My wife wanted to go back to work early. I wasn't going to allow that because she wasn't ready.
No, I had to work from home. It was just a major transition from me because I thought I was better. I thought I can move on. I thought I can go back to work. I couldn't lift the baby at some point of my during that healing process.
Some point of your life?
Yeah, I was going to say so some point of that healing process, it was just a lot. It was a lot that I was limited to, and that was a struggle for me. It was a hard struggle for me. And I just wanted to disobey everybody.
But you did.
I had an aunt from back home. She would call me every day, FaceTime me, make sure I'm sitting down, eating right, doing this. One of the bougie babes, she would text me almost every day. Everybody making sure that I am on point. Paige talking about, I see what I got to do with you and my grandma. I got to knock y'all out to make sure y'all doing what's right. So, and I get it, because now I see how my mama felt, because I was fussing at my mama when she had her time down. And I was telling her she need to sit down, she need to do that, she need to do that. I understand now. And I get it. Because I was acting just like my mama. But I didn't want to sit down. I wanted to get up and do. I wanted to do this. I wanted to help. But I had to sit down and heal.
It wasn't your time. It was your time to be helped.
Yes, I see that now.
And that was something like, we had that conversation in the hospital. You was like, I can't do nothing. And I said, and that's okay. It's okay that you can't do nothing. This, you can't. No, you can't. And I was honest with you. No, you can't do nothing. It's okay, though. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm supposed to be your hands and legs and your feet,
So all I did was look out the window and look at this green highlight building that they was building. That's all I did. Just look out the window.
Figure it out. Not every time we ride past, she was like, I was trying to figure out what this building was.
I had a perfect view, but that one building just stuck out to me. And now I ride by it almost every day. Yeah. So it's funny.
I just want to say too, the hospital that we were at, we vowed not to go there anymore. And they kind of messed up a little bit, but I just want to say the nursing staff was exceptional, except for one person. It's just like, I don't know, like, you have bad experiences with nurses. It's like some people just in that profession for the money. But I believe that most of the people that we dealt with, I mean, God know what he be doing. Even though we were in a bad place, he still put us around people that took care of us and that cared about their job and that cared about their patients. And you could tell. I mean, it was, when we first went, I didn't feel good about the staff that was in there. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but I just felt like everything was moving too fast.
Yeah.
I was answering questions.
That night, everything did move too fast, honey.
Yeah, that staff I didn't care for, but after that they started bringing in people, and it was it was just people that I was good with, and when one nurse came, I stayed up when the new nurse would come to try to feel their vibe. And this lady was so good. I went to sleep. I was like, oh yes, I'm good with her because she was attentive. Everything Shelby asked for. And the main thing that made me comfortable with her, she got your pain level
under control,
in a rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, she got it in the rhythm, and then instead of some people saying, okay, it's time for your meds, giving you a lot of stuff, and then when it run out, you can't take nothing. She started staggering. She figured it out. It took her a minute, but once she figured it out, we stayed on that rhythm that she set the tone for. And when she came in the next day, we knew her by name. I was saying, oh, shoot, I'm good. I felt comfortable enough to get rest. Because I wasn't trying to stay asleep if my wife needed me. And then I'm over here knocked out. I wasn't trying to be like that. But when she was there, I ain't gonna lie. I said, I'm gonna get it. Because I know you in good hands now.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like besides me, she the only person that I know without a shadow of a doubt she gonna be there. So the nursing staff was good. And it was the guy who came in to change your linen and all of that. He was good. I mean, everybody was good except for the one person. And that person wasn't bad. They just were not attentive.
No, she just wasn't at all.
No.
I think she just thought she was the head nurse in charge, and she wasn't. So I'm glad I only had her. Well, I had her for 2 days.
Yeah, but the last day we was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really 1.5 days, I would say.
Yeah.
But everybody else was good, and they took care of you. You came home. How you feeling now?
I feel good to be home. I feel good to be back on air. I feel normal. I'm starting to feel normal. I'm moving a little bit better.
You looking good, though. You is looking good.
I'm glad I'm looking good because I know wait a minute. I know I was looking a hot mess, but I am forgetting somebody to thank.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You know who you are. I should call you by your middle name, but I ain't going to do that. But she has been my personal stylist.
Yes.
In the hospital. Because my hair was a hot mess.
Yeah.
But she came and braided me down, and I appreciate everything that she has done for us. She brought you food. She came and visited the whole family.
The whole family.
They came and visited me.
We talking about them all the time. Y'all should know.
My godbaby tried to run to me. She scared me half to death.
Oh, your auntie leaned on your stomach.
Oh, yeah. My aunt leaned on my stomach.
I'm talking about right out of surgery. She came in. She gave Shelby a hug and pressed right in. She was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, she pressed right in my stomach, y'all, because I'm split from my stomach. Like, it didn't go through my belly button, but down, like, the middle of my stomach, I'm split. And she pressed on my stomach. Then my godbaby ran to me, wanted me to pick her up. She scared me half to death. But they came. They visited us. She did my hair because I was looking a hot mess.
I was trying to keep your little bonnet on.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep your lips chapped. Not being chapped. I was just trying to keep
y'all.
you presentable.
Let me tell y'all about that situation. So they gave my husband like some stuff to keep your lips moisturized. His big old Amazon hands.
It wasn't that much. She was just putting on.
It was a lot. Okay, I'm looking like I ate a bowl of grease. So he put out on his finger, but his lips. And then he gonna put it on my lips. I'm like, honey, that's too much. I already couldn't talk. I'm like, honey, that's too much. That's how I was, honey, that's too much. I had so much of whatever that was on my lips. Yes, my lips wasn't gonna be chapped with you.
I was just trying to keep you looking presentable. I know that's what you would have wanted. I know that's what you would have wanted.
I looked like I stuck my hand in the socket because my hair was sitting up on my head, and I ate a bunch of grease because my lips and my face was greasy because of my husband.
I was just trying to keep my wife looking right, you know.
Yeah, he didn't want me to look like, if y'all seen sex tuplets, he didn't want me to look like the one in the hospital. I do appreciate that, but thank God for Kenya. I'm calling your name. Thank God for Kenya coming to braid my hair down because my husband.
And Erica, they're playing Mask Off.
Oh, yeah, because I was a little,
She was on the real medication.
Yeah.
And he came up there playing Percocet. Molly, Percocet.
See, you see how you do. They do you when you're down.
He was just trying to bring you up. That's
Yeah, I don't remember.
I know, because you don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't even remember. I think because one of the babies was singing, and you was like, "Who cried?"
The only thing I remember is that darn green building that I kept looking at.
You do remember that. But I'm gonna say, even though, excuse me, we were in the hospital, we had the nicest view.
Yeah, we did.
Out of that window, we just saw the skyline. It was a nice view.
The sunset.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
But this has been an experience, man, and it's been a challenge. It's been life changes and blows, life blows and changes, however we said it. But we back, and we're gonna be on this journey a little bit longer. This road to recovery. And
welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah. But I'm proud of you, honey. You came through. You pulled through, and I thank God for allowing you to stay here with us.
I am thanking God for that too, but I want to thank God for you, because you was there for me. He held me down.
You my boo.
Y'all don't know that he held me down. He asked questions. He did not leave my side. He didn't want to leave my side. Though, get him something to eat. I'm like, please go get you something to eat. Like, you don't have to go nowhere far. I'm like, I could call somebody to bring you. The bougie babes would have brought you something to eat. It was breakfast. He wanted some breakfast. Please go get you some breakfast. And he did not want to do that. My husband did not want to leave my side. But I thank him for everything. I thank God for everything that my husband has done, honey.
Well,
I love you, boo.
I love you too, baby.
Don't be blushing over there. When I tell you, y'all, this man held me down. He did everything.
I hold you down.
He even was rooting for me to pass gas, because they wouldn't let me leave until I passed gas.
I never looked at so much forward to a fart in my life.
Yes, he was my what you was when I was delivering the baby. You was an LPN.
Yeah.
No, you was a CNA. Then you moved up to an LPN. Then an RN. So he was my RN. Then he became my PTA, physical therapist assistant.
I didn't know what that was. I got so many acronyms.
Yeah,
behind my
he
name.
just got so many acronyms behind his name. I had to walk around, so he helped me walk around. He did everything. He bathed me. He did everything. My husband done. He even tried to be my hairdresser. You know, he tried.
I tried. So loud, I tried.
He tried to moisturize my skin, because y'all know I'm all about moisturizing. He did that. What else you did, honey?
You name it, I tried to do it.
He did. And I love you for that.
I love you.
I thank you for everything, honey.
I got your back.
Yes, you do.
I keep telling you that.
You do, 100%. 100%.
100 for the real ones, you know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
Oh.
That is okay. You was about to take off.
I was going into full thug mode. But,
he ain't nothing but a jelly bean, y'all.
I love you, though.
Yeah, I love you, too.
But that's what we've been, guys. And we just thankful for you guys just staying down with us. Anybody that's new, hey, thank y'all for listening. You got any closing remarks, benediction, anything?
No, but we back, y'all.
And if there's anybody we left out, anything that we forgot, like we said, this was a blur. I hope that we covered everybody, remembered everybody. If we forgot anybody, charge it to our head, not our heart. But it's been good. And until the next time, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Shelby.
And we're
Crugers with the C.